So today we're gonna make menudo in the Instapot. So we went to Northgate Market and we got our dried chilies here, our chile pasilla and our California chili. And we have some 4 cloves of garlic cut up there, 1 whole onion, some lime. And for our hominy, we got the nixtamal, which is in the refrigerated section. It's not the canned hominy, it's the nixtamal. So my mom is washing it out here, if you can see. She says it has to be very, very clear. She's washing it away until it's clear. And then we have our honeycomb here that she's also gonna wash after. Reina is cutting the honeycomb with her nana. They cut it up. My mother and I went to Northgate and we chose the honeycomb, a nice clean one, so we are gonna prepare it and make it in the Instapot. So my mom cleaned the menudo, and see how it's nice and clean? She's going through it all, making sure that it's not dirty, doesn't have any extra fat on it, so it's nice and prepared. So I put my chili to soak here. As you can see, I have chili pasilla and California chili, so it will soak for 30 minutes before I cook it. Then I have the hominy here that my mother cleaned, and it is nice and clear, see, and it's soaking. And the menudo itself here is soaking. So this will soak for like another 30 minutes, and then after the chili is done and it's blended and ready to go, then it will go into the Instapot. And it smells delicious. And I'm gonna put it here into my Ninja blender and blend it all up. And then I'm going to grind it to get all of the rind off of it after. So it's a little process for the homemade chili. You can also use a canned chili if you want, but my grandma always did homemade chili, and I like to stick to tradition. So I'm grinding the chili down after I blended it, so none of the skin or the outside, the rind of the chili goes into the chili. And then the chili will look like this in the pan, see it? And then we will use it for our menudo. Okay, so we are going to rinse out our hominy here. It's all nice and clean. My mother cleaned it all up, so it's all nice and clean, and we're just gonna rinse it. Okay, let it drain here. The water out, and we're gonna add this into the Instapot. So put all of the hominy in the Instapot. The hominy goes first, which is the corn, and then our garlic. And we're gonna put the garlic in there. And then I have a whole onion here cut up. So I put a whole onion in there, and you can see how it kind of is in there. You can take a look at it there. And then we're gonna add some chili, and then the menudo, and some chicken. Here is the menudo itself, the honeycomb. We're gonna put it into the strainer again, and we're gonna rinse it out. It's all nice and clean. It was nice and clear the way my mother had left it. My daughter cut it up. My mother cleaned it and rinsed it. It was a family affair. My grandmother was the one who used to make menudo, but she's no longer with us, but her recipes will always live on. But my grandma didn't have an Instapot. I'm gonna use an Instapot. Okay, so here we're gonna go ahead and let all the water come out of there that we can. And it looks like it's drained. And then we're gonna put it into the Instapot. Put it in there like that. And then we're gonna add the pata. So let me get the pata. Okay, so now that we have our hominy in with our menudo itself, we're gonna add, I love the pata, and so does my family. So we're gonna be a little generous here with the pata, which is the foot, better said, if you wanna say pata, however. Put that in, and then we're going to put our chili in. This is exactly 2 cups, okay? 2 cups of chili. And then to get the rest of the chili in there, I have right here 2 cups of beef broth that came from my roast that I made a few nights ago. And that, it'll start to settle in, see how it's going down. And there is our menudo. So now we're going to put all of our things to the side here. Oh, and our bay leaf. So I have 1 bay leaf on each side there. I'm going to go ahead and put the Instapot on. Turn it this way so it doesn't pressure out everywhere. and I'm gonna hit pressure. I want high pressure, and we're gonna go for 1.5 hours on this Instapot. So we're gonna be at 1.5 hours, which would be 90 minutes, because it's quite a bit of menudo that's in there. Actually, I went 1 hour, 30 minutes, okay? And we will be back to check on it and see how it goes. It should be a delicious menudo. My grandma's recipe, but in an Instapot. See how it goes. Flowers really fast that are from my garden. This is the beautiful Mexican sunflower. I love all sunflowers, but this one I'll have to say stands out from the rest. And I have it right here next to my Instapot waiting for a menudo. Our menudo is done, and it's been done for about 20 minutes. I took my mother home, and in taking her home, I let the Instapot do its job, so it's done. So now I'm gonna add the salt. My grandma always had a very famous saying that you don't add the salt to the very end and let it cook for like another 20 minutes because the corn will not open. So let me add some salt in here. I just have me and my kosher salt. Probably add about a teaspoon of salt there. And let me just kind of move it around in there. And the corn, yeah, the corn did do okay. That was my grandma's philosophy on her menudo making, but this looks really, really good. Okay, I'm gonna let it cook on saute. So we're gonna hit cancel here, saute, and let it cook for about another 20 minutes with the salt in it, and then we're gonna taste it. So the menudo has been cooking for about 20 more minutes with the salt in it. There's the pata, as you can see. The hominy is looking good, the menudo's looking good. So now we're going to hit the saute off, and we're gonna serve ourselves some menudo. We have some cilantro here, some lime, some oregano, and there's some onion here underneath the lime. Okay, so let's serve it up. So here's my menudo with my bollillo. Doesn't it look delicious? All of the ingredients were fresh from Northgate Market in La Habra. And I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my menudo. What a way to spend a Saturday night. Delicious as can be.